Hi everyone, welcome to another journal with me. Today I'm going to do something that I call the bubble technique. I don't know if that's the technical term, but that's how I've come to know it. So this is something that I actually used to do with the children in my class. They absolutely loved it and I can see why it's so much fun. So I'm just using a glass. I've added some dishwashing liquid, Ecoline watercolor, a tad bit of water, not too much, and then just using a straw, blow bubbles and just smash your page into it, let the bubbles burst on it, and you get this beautiful bubble formation on the page. You can also see me going in and bursting the bubbles with my finger. When you turn your page around, at times there will be small little bubbles still on the page, and I find if I burst it with my finger, I get a beautiful formation. You don't have to use Ecoline watercolor. You can also use food coloring or any form of ink that you prefer. So whatever you've got on hand, that's what you can use. If you do this technique and you find that you don't get any color onto your page, it just means that you don't have enough color in your water solution. So just add some extra color into it and just have fun. It takes a good 10-15 minutes to get the bubbles all over your page, but just continue with this technique until you have covered as much of your page as you want to. And this is the end result. You can see some of the bubbles on the page, that formation that it made. It's a beautiful subtle hint of it and I love it. I'm using this book page and I'm just distressing the edges. I'm planning to do a little cluster here at the bottom, just do some collaging. I've actually got a container on my desk and it's just holding little bits of things that I haven't used in previous projects. So when I do a journal spread or I'm busy with a project, I sometimes cut out a lot of images, grab things, try and put it together, and some things just don't work on that page or on that spread or with that project necessarily, and then instead of putting everything back in its usual spot, I end up putting it in this container. Now, needless to say, this container is busy overflowing, so I'm planning to use some of the things in there. And I grabbed these few pieces. I felt they go well together, and also it's going to go very well with the theme that I'm journaling about today. So I've got this floral image that I've cut out of a book called The Pocket Encyclopedia of Wildflowers. I've got a postage stamp, and then I've got this label, which if you watch my videos, you know that I've come to love them so much, and I especially enjoy doing my date on them. I'm not saying that I'm going to do that with every journal with me, but when I feel like doing it, I'm going to. So this is the book where I got the image from. It's such a gorgeous book and I'm seriously looking for a second copy. If you see it, definitely get it for yourself. It's a keeper. I got this bright idea of also distressing the label since I've done it with the book page, and I thought, well, it's going to look nice. Let me do it. I actually don't like it at all, and I ended up going off the label onto the book page, doing more distressing there, and it's just standing out way too much. Distressing works on certain projects and pages, but it just didn't work for me here. So I don't know how to cover it up, and while I'm thinking about it, I'm grabbing out this Tim Holtz ephemera pack and looking for a card. I have this photo that I want to include in the spread, but it's not the most pretty photo, but I still want to add it. So I thought, let me just stick it at the back of a card, and then it's not going to be the first thing that you see. Now, you can't go wrong with any of the Tim Holtz ephemera packs. They're absolutely beautiful. I want to add some washi tape at the top, so I've grabbed this pretty pink floral washi. It's one of my favorites. It really gives me that vintage look, and I try and save the roll, but I want to start using it because things just get dry and you need to use your things in order to get new things. So that's just the thing that I'm going with. You can see that I've got some OCD today. I'm sticking things, but it's just not completely straight. Usually it doesn't bother me too much, but today I just had to remove it and fix it. I try not to overthink things, but today was just one of those days. And I'm going to paper clip it there at the top with a cute little paper clip from Tim Holtz. I'm also grabbing this Heidi Swap stamp set. I've stamped the date and I want to see the overall look if I actually love it or not. And to be honest, it's still not my favorite. So I'm trying to rectify my mistake and cover it up. I'm going to use this beautiful pink fabric. I've actually also made a tab out of it, which is on this page, and it goes so well with the color scheme of this page, and I love adding that fabric to it and just bringing in different textures. So I'm not going to distress the label this time. It just didn't work for me, and I'm going to stamp the date there again with the same stamp set that I used earlier on. And looking back at that now, it looks much better to me than that distressed look that I've gone for. I'm going to do some journaling at the back of this card, and then the rest of my journaling I'm going to do off camera, but I have taken some photos which you'll see at the end of how it looks in its entirety. I really loved how it came together. I think I'll always say it at the end. I just always embrace the things that I'm doing and try not to be too hard on myself. I think the most important thing about journaling is that you need to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it anymore, then you're not going to do it. So try not to be too critical or hard on yourself and just go for it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.